India was transforming. Industries were growing, new opportunities were emerging. Young people were dreaming with India too. But a large part of them had to stand outside, watching opportunities, livelihoods, and dreams race by. Because those opportunities felt out of reach, not because they couldn't work. They were willing, they were keen, but because they had never been given the chance to learn, to train, and to qualify. They lacked the skills to step into the future unfolding around them. The Salesians of Don Bosco had noticed this gap long ago. They formed a vision to impart skills training to the youth of India, the kind that could lead to good livelihoods. It started with small groups, then expanded into workshops, then into centers spreading across multiple cities. They set up ITIs, polytechnics, and skill centers across both rural and urban communities. Not through shortcuts, not through promises of instant success, but by doing what others hadn't, opening doors to learning. Their focus, commitment, and dedication paved the way for what gradually became a movement called the Don Bosco Tech Society. A movement that would go on to play a defining role in helping young people move forward and in moving India forward with them. By 2008, Don Bosco Tech Society had implemented skilling programs in over 478 centers across the country through a wide network of partner organizations. It was around that time India also began to recognize the urgent need to skill its youth. The National Skill Development Corporation, NSDC, was set up to help shape and formalize skilling in India, giving it structure and recognition. With renewed momentum, Don Bosco Tech partnered with the National Skill Development Corporation, aligned its curriculum and frameworks with various sector skill councils, and aligned its work with the new skilling ecosystem in the country. There was no looking back. Skills learned inside Don Bosco Tech Centers were no longer informal or invisible. They were now certified and recognized. At Don Bosco Tech, skilling had never been the final goal. Livelihoods were. Through apprenticeships, placements, and strong employer partnerships, learning began to lead to real work. When young men and women found stable livelihoods, the impact went beyond the workplace. The change reached homes. It brought relief to families. Slowly, everyday life began to feel better. The joy could be seen in many moments. The first offer letter, the first salary sent home, the quiet pride in their parents' eyes. The change felt beyond the home, across the village. These were the moments that made them realize they were no longer invisible. They belonged, they mattered, they had a future.
नमस्ते, म शर्मिला छेत्री, स्मृति छेत्रीको आमा। म डिबिटेक सिलिगुडीलाई धन्यवाद जनाउन चाहन्छु किनकि आज तपाईहरुकै द्वारा मेरो छोरीले यत्रो ठुलो शहरमा यत्रो ठुलो होटलमा काम गर्ने मौका पाएको छ। यो तपाईहरुकै द्वारै भएको हो। यसको लागि म धन्यवाद जनाउँछु।
हमको डॉन बॉस्को के बारे में पता चला। मेरे अंकल डॉन बॉस्को पाक्सेस इंस्टीट्यूट से पास आउट थे। ये जानने के बाद हम डॉन बॉस्को पाक्सेस इंस्टीट्यूट में हम ज्वाइन किए। फिलहाल हम एक कंपनी में काम कर रहे हैं, उसका नाम टेगा इंडस्ट्रीज़ है। जो यहाँ पे जो ट्रेनिंग दिया गया था वही जो सीखे वही हम मेरा कंपनी में काम आ रहा है, जो मेरा बहुत हेल्प कर रहा है। और इंस्टीट्यूट को थैंक यू बोलना चाहेंगे कि हमको ये मौका दिया गया, तो हम आज अपना पैर में खड़े हैं।
It's just because of TP Tech I am what I am. Now I can support my family and I'm happy to be here.
நான் housekeeping வேலை செய்றேன். எனக்கு ஒரு பையன் ஒரு பையன் வந்து வெஸ்காம் படிச்சுட்டு வேலை இல்லாமல் சும்மா இருந்தான். இப்போ வந்து வெஸ்காம் டிபி டெக்னு ஒரு கோர்ஸ் வந்து படித்தான். இப்போ 20,000 ரூபாய் சேலரியில் நல்ல வேலையில் இருக்கா. டிபி டெக். நன்றி.
It is moments like these that make us believe that a young life has the power to change the trajectory of a family, a village, and a nation. For 20 years, Don Bosco Tech has walked alongside India's youth, especially those from underprivileged and first-generation backgrounds, supporting them as they move from learning to earning. As India continues to evolve, Don Bosco Tech continues to move forward with it, preparing its youth for digital skills, green jobs, and emerging careers, working in partnership with government, industry, and civil society, aligned with national priorities and the Sustainable Development Goals.
Don Bosco Tech is not one story. It is stitched together as a story of many stories of young people across so many institutions of the country. We acknowledge and appreciate all those who collaborated. It was an interesting experience, journey to work together, to come together, to think together, and to lead together so that nearly 500,000 could experience skill training and possibility of certification and employment. We look forward to go many more miles to create many more stories of change.